that there is fire, although we may not actually see the fire in the distant smoky ranges. Here the inferential knowledge of the existence of fire is arrived at because of its effect, the smoke, which we had actually observed. This effect is called in Sanskrit terminology as lakshana. Since the Atma has no such effects from which we could infer its existence, the self is defined by the great masters of the Upanishad as
alakshanam.
Alakshanam.
Yeah.
Uninferable.
Okay, let's discuss that. So lakshan means, कि उसके लक्षण क्या है किसी के, right?
In our language, in our language, it's called symptoms. For example,
symptoms. Okay, symptoms. That's a good one for a doctor.
The way most of us try to diagnose certain things is
by
looking at the symptoms.
Symptoms.
But actually, we are not really in the same way. The smoke indicates fire.
Right.
The symptoms indicate the
disease. You got it, yes.
And that's
a good example.
Really kind of
that's exactly what it's saying.
So we are inferring.
Go backwards.
So we are really not looking at really the lakshan, meaning this. We are looking at the symptoms that leads us to
the disease.
So now why it's saying that it's alakshanam? Why it's alakshanam?
Because it does not have any connection.
Because exactly, उसका असली में कोई effect नहीं है.
Reasons.
And that is why I say you cannot comprehend it, it happens.
The lakshan, the proper translation of lakshan is properties.
Properties, yes.
Properties, any this one, it says properties, it's hard, it's smooth, there's properties, but self doesn't have any properties.
Right.
Right. I think you explained it very well. Yeah. So that's exactly what it's saying.
So that's why it is very hard for us to
grasp it.
Infer, right. We cannot infer. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We look at a piece and they say, okay, this is a wood or this is a stone because उसके लक्षण है वो. मगर self के
shine करता है या dull है
it has no shape. It has no shape.
So that's why it has to be experienced and not you cannot grasp it any other way.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Good. I think it's going well. You can read the next one. Achintyam. Achintyam. चिंता करते हैं ना, उसकी जो मेडिटेट करना उसके ऊपर, चिंतन करना,
not thinking,
unthinkable. From the above explanation, it is self-evident that if there is a factor which is unseen, incomprehensible, and uninferable, then naturally that factor must certainly be unthinkable.
But let's go home. Now we can't even think about it.
And then this is
avyapadesham. Upadesh करते हैं ना. So avyapadesham. जिसका उपदेश meaning undescribable.
Right.
Indescribable. It is logical
so
that
why are
in
we giving
these
upadesh
circumstances the Atma cannot be described, since descriptions are but expressions of our experiences either through the sense organs or the mind or the intellect.
So it cannot,
we are describing to know its
undescribable nature. Yes, I think you said it.
That's right.
Yes.
The words cannot express it.
Yeah.
Right.
So अभी देखना क्या होएगा कि भाई जैसे हम लोग कैसे निराश से हो रहे हैं ना, तो वो स्टूडेंट भी निराश हो रहा था, तो अभी उसको आंसर मिलेगा. So maybe you can read that.
Okay.
So अभी वो जो कॉन्वर्सेशन चल रहा है ना, तो मास्टर क्या बोलेगा अभी देखो.
एक आत्मा प्रत्यासारम, essentially of the nature of the conscience.
So that's he gives essentially of the nature of the conscious. Okay.
When we are told of all the above negations and have concluded that the supreme reality is indescribable, the student, however intelligent he must necessarily feel despaired and confused. And his despair and confusion, as expressed in his face, are noticed by the master. And the master is trying to explain to the student more elaborately the concept of the reality. He says that the Atma is of the nature of the pure consciousness, pure knowledge, Ordinarily, in our daily intercourse with life, we gain only knowledge of things. We know things of the world, and the knowledge in us is always conditioned by the objects or thoughts or ideas in us. Either we know of a sound or such other sense perceptions, or of our feelings or of our thoughts, but we do not know the knowledge of which we perceive, by which we understand our feelings, by which we know our ideas. Here the Master insists that the reality is knowledge as such, wherein it has no objects to qualify. It is pure. Awareness is the light of which all other sense organs go about their routine work of illuminating their individual objects. So, let's
stop because this is very important, because now he's saying that just like the student is like, oh my God, I can't think of it, I can't infer it, I can't do anything. What is it?
It's like a sun
Then he
example
said it's a pure consciousness, and I think the way sometime Gaurang Bhai, who's our acharya, he used to explain that suppose that this light है इस रूम एक डार्क हो गया, समझो रात हो गई, तो ये हमने लाइट चलाई तो हमको सब दिख रहा है. So when we come in the room, the light is illuminating everything in this room. That's why I can do my business then, it's the shelf, the table, the this, everything. Suppose if you take everything out from here, the light is still there. It has nothing to illuminate, but that power is still there, no? It's something like this he's talking about. It's a thing which gives everybody power to do their business, to the sense organs, to this universe. But whether that universe is there or not, उसका वो तो वैसे का वैसा ही है. Does it make sense what I'm saying?
I think
it's a pure awareness, pure knowledge.
I think what they are saying is that I think the way you can not touch, you cannot feel, but you can be aware of it existing.
It's a pure awareness it's talking about.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's like sun. Sun is, because of sun, this whole earth, we can do everything. Just imagine that if the sun is not there, has anybody ever gone in that cave underneath where they've turned off the lights and total darkness? Anybody has experienced?
Yeah.
It's the scariest thing in life.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot see your own hand. I went into panic. I said, I don't want this, Baba. So sun is so essential for us to function.
Right.
But sun by itself has nothing to do with it. In its presence, we are doing everything. Whether the earth is there or not, sun will always continue to shine. It has the capacity and it has everything. उसके presence में सब कुछ हो रहा है. वैसे ही वो ब्रह्मन, it's pure knowledge, pure consciousness, pure awareness is there. And when the matter comes, then it transact the business with each other. But by itself, it's totally pure. And he's talking about that pure awareness. Because जब कोई बोलेगा अचिंत्यम this thing, तो बोलेगा कुछ है ही नहीं फिर तो. Depression हो जाएगा लोगों को.
Says that the knowledge is there, but what we are perceiving is only things,
yes,
sounds and all that. But how do we know the sound is coming? That knowledge we don't have.
That is coming from it.
अपन जो भी देख रहे हैं, all our sense organs, we are only perceiving things, but we are not understanding really what is the pure knowledge. Where is the thought coming from? We don't know that knowledge. We are hearing the sound, but we don't know where the sound is coming from. That knowledge we don't know.
And that's
what
that
he's
thing.
saying. That is the Atma. Atma is the knower of all things. It's all full of knowledge. But what we are perceiving is only the things through our senses. And that we think is knowledge, but that is not knowledge. And that is not Atma. That's what he's saying.
That's limited knowledge.
Yes. We are not understanding the true knowledge. That is the pure knowledge is the consciousness. Pure consciousness.
So I think
that is the true intellect.
What she's saying is a good point too.
We're just gathering data. We're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
So,
like Sadhguru says, water, you're drinking water, but doesn't even know what is water.
So if you remember that video I sent you, the Murjani,
yeah.
what she said was when she went in that mode, wherever she will focus, she understands what's going on.
Yes.
See, that understanding, awareness of everything, not just what she's seeing, but the overall. That comes. So that is the consciousness.
तूने सुना अनीता मुरजानी की कहानी? I'll tell you later.
एक और that other one was also very good. The doctor who was a brain scientist
Yeah.
that you sent.
Oh, yeah.
What is the end? She says the left and the right brain.
Jill Bolt Taylor. She was a neuroscientist.
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
think she is from
Boston,
Boston. Western,
yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah.
So she had a stroke.
She had a stroke.
So
yeah.
her
And then
left brain shut
side
down.
went away and right got connected to the consciousness. And then that's how she comes and talks in the.
Because this is a scientific fact that we have a left brain and a right brain.
Right.
Left brain is more logical
Language,
and connects,
yeah. Right.
and the right brain it connects with the universe. So uska left shut down ho gaya completely. So then she could feel the oneness.
Of everything.
Right.
Everything.
Like a hand is
और
extending
उसको वो
into the
बोली
whole
कि मेरे
consciousness.
को I became disabled, but I was in so much ecstasy. And she almost started crying on the stage, saying,
Yeah.
"You guys, please try to connect to that because it's so beautiful."
Yeah.
So this person is not a Hindu. She's not never read anything, but usko na
American
stroke ho
scientist
gaya.
है.
So
Experience.
she said कि she literally didn't want to come back from that state, but then for every day
Brain tumor हो गया था उसको शायद. Brain
stroke ho gaya tha,
Yeah,
stroke,
हाँ.
not brain
But
tumor.
she
She must
remembered.
know.
Na? She remembered to talk.
So
about
finally she recovered. And then she वो TED talk में आई थी और वो बता रही थी. तो इन्होंने भेजा था उसका,
Very nice.
उसके experience भेजा था उसका.
So how do we shut our left brain?
I don't want to do that.
But no, I think.
No, you don't. No.
in,
Wait.
in meditation, you do.
Hello, I want one thing.
Right.
That's exactly what they are saying. You don't need to drop anything in your life. You can still become established. That's what Krishna Bhagavan is saying. That's what Upanishads are saying.
But I think if I can add something
Yes.
to your statement, is that I think as soon as you shut down, if you are able to shut down your senses,
Yeah.
then senses are very limited. But when you shut them down, you connect.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what they're saying. That if you shut down, for example, desire, or you shut down or
Your
close
thoughts,
your eyes.
basically your thoughts.
Why do they say that in meditation people want to close their eyes?
Don't wanna get
Because
away from-
you don't want to be distracted. So that's in a way shutting it down. If you shut down your hearing, if you shut down, and by the way, we do
Your
shut
mind.
down. We
Yes.
do have the ability to shut down things.
Yes,
Very
that is
much.
true, yeah.
सोते वक्त शट डाउन हो ही जाता है.
सोते वक्त हो ही जाता है. और दूसरी बात क्या है कि जो हमने स्थित प्रज्ञ के लक्षण हमने जो पढ़े किया ना सारा, सो ना दिस पर्सन वो इतना ज्यादा एस्टैब्लिश हो गया है कि वो खुली आंख से भी मेडिटेशन में ही है, उसको कोई
हाँ.
फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है.
Yeah.
You know, उसको मालूम है ये दुनिया सपना है. तो
Yeah, he's in
कोई
that mode, yeah. So he's
and
not-
इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो एक बहुत क्या बोलते हैं अपैथेटिक बन गया कि भाई ओ आई डोंट केयर मैं तो नो ही विल गो ट्रांजैक्ट द वर्ल्ड.
नहीं, वो खा भी रहा है, सो भी
सो भी रहा है
कुछ
और वो
कर रहा है.
सबको ऊपर उठाने की कोशिश भी कर रहा है. तो वो सब कुछ कर रहा है लेकिन उसको अफेक्ट नहीं हो रहा है, वो अपने एक्सटेसी में है.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with the open eyes, we sometimes don't see things that are in front of us. You're watching TV or something in a news and
Yeah,
then
mind is
all
not
of a sudden
connected.
your
लोग
mind is
ड्रग ही
somewhere
ले
else
लेते हैं,
and
इसीलिए
the
लेते हैं.
entire news is
वो
gone
उस स्थिति में रहना
and you
चाहते
are
हैं.
not even paying any attention. So
Yeah.
I think that's
Because
called shutting down.
if you read this diary of M about Ramakrishna, so he used to go in that mode,
Yeah.
but when he comes out, he's doing every regular thing.
Yeah.
So that guy, that doctor sat with him and wrote down everything he did for like 3 years, 4 years, you know. So that is a perfect
Yeah,
example of.
life doesn't change that way. Means your routine. In fact, somebody
and
made a
he-
very
he
nice
had-
statement.
He liked jalebi, you know, and I mean, he did everything he wanted, you know.
Right.
I like Joe.
Jalebi.
But he had something.
Jolindra focused
No,
on,
Jalebi, huh?
no, listen.
which is good actually.
But one time the Shardama gave him
Mouth
some.
water हो गया.
He used to eat saaf after food, you know.
Oh.
I do.
तो Shardama gave him some saaf. तो कहती है every day you ask तो मैं थोड़ा तुम्हें बांध के दे देती हूँ.
Soft
कहती है
or
नहीं
soft?
नहीं नहीं.
Soft.
Oh, I thought soft.
No.
Soft.
Oh, okay, I thought snake.
Mouth
No,
में.
नहीं, soft.
Okay.
Fennel.
Seeds.
Fennel
So he said no. I cannot keep it because he doesn't know what to do with it.
Detachment, na.
And anybody put a coin in his bed, he used to get these bumps, you know, all over the place. You know.
Right.
So they were like his
So
body
detached
was,
from the world,
His body was so drastically adjusted that, but the life-wise, he was living, talking, everything he was doing,
And eating jalebi.
eating jalebi, yeah,
So this one person said, he was
but
some
unaffected.
Jalebi.
Chinese monk. He said that before realization, taking the water
didn't
out of the
complete
well.
this, thing.
After realization, also taking the water out of the well. My routine
Yeah.
did not change.
And also no ego. Because this example, I remember that he
Who
goes
was
to
reading this? Didn't complete this.
this
paragraph.
Devendranath Tagore's
I can read
house,
it.
who was the grandfather of Ravindranath Tagore. He was a big saint that time, and very rich guy. So he was wearing a dhoti. So Devendranath said, "I'm having a party tomorrow. Can you come?" So and his disciples were all sitting there. So he said, "Well, I have only this dhoti. So can I come?" Kehta, "No, then don't come." So his disciples got so mad. So, when they left, Devendranath came outside, So the disciples were raging mad, and he says, "Well, see how nice a guy, he came to leave us at the door." that's all he thought about. He didn't worry about.
Nice dhoti and things like that, yeah. Yeah, but they are dancing to a different tune.
Yeah, it's
obviously.
very different.
Okay, I'm going to read, what's the time?
It's 11:46.
Okay, we have 15 minutes, that's fine.
Right.
So let's go a little
Yeah,
further.
read the one. This one.
He says that the Atman is of the nature of pure consciousness, pure knowledge. Ordinarily, in our daily... No, you already read that, sorry.
No,
Yeah.
Nietzsche
Just
was-
then
Yeah.
you can read it, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's... after thus negating all the qualities and qualification with which we are generally understanding and becoming aware of the things in the world of pluralistic objects, Bhagwan is now trying to give us some seemingly positive qualities of the Atman. Even here we must understand that though the Rishi has used positive words, he means only the opposite of them. So idhar bhi ulta chakkar hai bhai. And I have to tell you this, that somebody made a very interesting statement. He said कि एक कोई साधु था उधर हिमालय पे, तो उसने बोला कि जब दो विपरीत चीज साथ में समझ में आवे है, तब अद्वैत पकड़ में आवे है. So it's like you have to understand two opposite things.
Because there is nothing opposite to that.
Yes,
See,
so
that is
together
beyond-
you have to understand
it.
it.
Is beyond the duality.
Beyond the duality, exactly. Okay, so it's called prapancho pashmam. Prapancho pashmam. Prapanch बोलते हैं ना जिसको, उसका opposite है ये. Negation of all phenomena.
Right.
The Turiya state is the realm into which the world of finitude and its imperfect experience have no admission. It is only up to the gate of Turiya that we have the plurality and the experience of the plurality. Prapanch, which is constituted of the pluralistic world of mortality, is experienced only in the waking state, the dream state and the deep sleep state. So the duality is up to the deep sleep state. Once these three states are transcended, we enter into the world of reality, and there at Turiya, the worlds of finitude and change, mortality and sorrow, imperfection and deceits, limitation and tears have no entry.
Yeah, it disappears.
सारे duality खत्म हो जाती है.
Sari duality khatam ho gayi, and means it is just pure over there.
But
no.
your self is finished too.
Your ego is totally not there.
Right.
Yeah.
So you are not there.
So I think that
Then
we don't need to
that's not
discuss
you.
this, right?
That's why, when somebody painted Ramakrishna's picture with samadhi and gave it to him, he touched his feet. And he said, "Why are you touching your own feet?" He said, "No, it's not me. It's when he was in that state, he's the pure consciousness."
Right. And also, I think I have told that before, but I don't know if all of you heard it, that Krishna Bhagwan said the Bhagavad Gita on the battlefield, right? And then after that, they say that one time Arjun told him later on, much later, Krishna, can you repeat that?
Right.
Bhagavad Gita. He said, masterpiece is only one. That time I was completely in,
Yeah.
he was like, had become one with Brahman.
Yeah.
So that वो state हमेशा नहीं आ सकती.
That Paramatma Tattva, I cannot
Yeah,
get back.
repeat it again.
This is in this.
Then they call it Anu Gita. He did speak about it, but he said the masterpiece. What time pe he
Yeah,
was
wo wala.
completely merged with Brahman. That's why he always says me. He did not, when he says, Krishna Bhagwan says, bow down to me, he didn't mean physical Krishna. He meant that Brahman. Yeah.
Which also tells you one thing, that every word in that, what he said in that Tat mode, is really the word from God.
Yes, it is. It's considered
Every
Vani.
word.
That's why they say Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Yeah.
That's how they say it.
Yeah.
They don't say it like they don't even say Krishna Uvacha. They say Shri
Right.
Bhagavan Uvacha. Okay, so Shantam, peaceful. Now all the nice things come.
So, okay, up until now, we were discussing what the self is not. Now we are discussing what self
it is.
Or what we call the symptoms or properties.
You can say that.
Shanti.
Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam is
Shanti.
going to talk
Right.
about all that.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So Shantam is peaceful. In our earlier talks, we have found that Ashanti or agitation are caused in us because of our desire, likes and dislikes. So ये हम लोग को पूरी गांठ बांध लेनी चाहिए. If we are ashant, it's not because of the world, it's not because of anybody, it's our own desire and our own likes and dislikes. Nobody else's, etc. Once we have retired from the world of duality into the realm of the self, we are entering the temple of peace, eternal and perfect. So when we start thinking, oh, the world is agitating me and blah, 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 that's not what Upanishad and Krishna Bhagavan is saying. No, your own desire is doing it. Your own likes and dislikes is doing it. So that's what it's saying.
It is so true. I'll give an example of how they used to explain that. Is that, and again, it's a concept of time, but let's not talk about that. It is all like, very similar to what Jogindra just told us 15 minutes ago. Let's say there's a flowing river. River is flowing, and you just stand in the middle of the water. You're going to feel the force. But if you flow with it, you're not going to feel anything. Meaning that you don't have to struggle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the
Life,
flowing,
experience life, yeah.
right, and so
Flow
flowing
with
with,
life.
they call it either flowing with time or flowing with events.
Right.
Really minimizes the struggle you do. And as soon as you minimize the struggle, you acquire peace. So the peace of mind is really, that comes from not struggling.
Yes.
The reason we struggle is that, why is this table here? I don't
Exactly.
want it here. I don't want it here. Well, why do you not want it here? Let it be there.
Yeah, let it be.
As soon as you accept things the way they are, then you are not standing in the river.
You are
flowing.
tathastha, they call it.
You are flowing with
That's
the
why
river.
they
Like
say,
Star
go with
Wars,
the
they
flow.
said, may the
Go with
force
the
be
flow.
with you. So means
There's so many
Go with the
sayings,
force.
even in this English language,
Yeah.
when they say
What
it,
is it?
it makes sense.
What does it say in English?
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
As
Yes.
soon as you go with the flow of time, the flow of events, the flow of, as soon as you accept the fact that yes, it's hot or it's sunny out there, that you are okay with it.
see, unhappiness is when we want to change something.
Change.
Yeah, same something or
And
That's what
change
Buddha
things that
said.
we cannot change, Baba. Then it's okay, if you can change something, if you are able to, then go change it. Who's telling you not to? But if when you cannot change, and then the problem comes. I want it that way and I cannot do anything about it.
yeah.
But I think wanting not to change is what we call peace of mind. When you say
Yes.
that, no, I
You
don't
accept
need
it,
to,
accept.
you accept it.
Accept
No,
it.
but
Wanting
listen.
not to change,
Okay,
you
let's
will
discuss
accept
that for a minute. In the world, if we are a householder, we are
Yes.
whoever and all that, sometimes we may need to change something. Because there is that serenity prayer में क्या बोलते हैं कि God give me the strength to, what is it? Does anybody know what it
Yes.
goes? It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
But I don't think we are talking about that. We are not the change.
Serenity.
That we are not
We are not,
talking
we are
about
not here
that
to
change.
change anything.
We are talking about
Then the bigger scale, yes.
Yeah.
we are
Bigger
talking
scale, we are
about about changing something that's irritating us.
Yeah.
That's what I think is talking about. And as soon as you
Say
start
that.
realizing that, well, why don't I think one more time, one more minute, that why is it irritating me? Is it irritating me because I am getting irritated? As soon as you realize
Desire
that
and
I am
likes
the-
and dislikes.
I am the one that likes and dislikes, exactly.
Likes and